Hey everyone, welcome to the Member Lounge podcast. In this podcast, you'll learn how to grow your association membership. I'm your host Farhad Khan. I'm the CEO of Member Lounge. And today we are excited to have Olena with us. Olena is the founder of MemberBoat. Olena, thank you so much for joining us today. Can you start by telling us a bit about yourself?
Thank you so much for having me on your show, Pat. It's a pleasure and honor. So, as you mentioned, I'm Olena Lima, based in Sydney, beautiful sunny Sydney. And for the last 15 years of my life, I was dedicated for working and involved with associations all around the world. And what we do, the only thing we do and what the only thing that we focus about is helping associations grow their memberships. So that's our mission.
That's wonderful. Yeah. And once again, Olena, thank you for joining us so early in the morning, Sydney time. It's 7 a.m. over there. Appreciate it.
Yes, definitely. But I'm an early bird, so not a problem.
Yeah, all good, all good. Alrighty. So, Lena, so let's jump right into it. So today we want to talk about what's broken in membership marketing. I know I think associations are actually like doing a great job with their efforts in marketing, but then like there are things that are broken, definitely broken. Otherwise, the associations that we are working with, they would be growing much faster. So what's broken in association marketing as we know it?
Look, I don't actually think that anything is broken in association marketing. I think traditionally marketing and sales never been a part of association culture.
Hmm.
Traditionally, it's more about involvement, and as we change in this process of changing the generation, and involvement in association is not such a natural part for the coming generation. People becoming busier and the world's become faster. Without marketing, you cannot survive. So associations, need to learn and need to invest time in marketing, which they unwilling to do because, as I mentioned, it's just traditionally not they what they have been doing. It's just not a part of the culture. So, and obviously, the more innovative association, the association that run themselves as business, they're a little bit more witty and more innovative with that. But there is still some kind of expectation that people will join uh, just because, and people will join just because it's part of their profession, which doesn't happen anymore unless membership is required in a certain profession like medical field.
Yeah, and I guess like in general, like any marketing and sales like takes a deliberate effort. And nowadays the world has become so noisy that unless you promote, unless you market, nothing actually happens, right? So that deliberate effort is sometimes missing.
And definitely, I also noticed that there is an expectation that marketing is something that you can do between other jobs, and for example, you wouldn't get your annual report, or you wouldn't get your taxes paid without an accountant, right? It's something complex, and it's something where people hire the professional or outsource the professional. But marketing, it feels something that you can jump in and do, and it can be done. Admin person or event manager or someone else in an organization can somehow jump in and adapt the in the email tool and adapt and just send the email. But with the all the spam regulations, with everything that's happening in the world, and with how businesses become sophisticated with marketing, it became a science. It's not as
Hmm.
simple as just 4P marketing as it was maybe 50 years ago, right? There is a lot goes in behind the scenes of the digital marketing and digital setup, and then we start talking all the SEO, GEO, and all this type of things, and even the setup of the email marketing. How many times I see that people don't go and finalize this and not connecting the domain of their email marketing to their email marketing software. So the system see them as spammers because they haven't done their certification and haven't done these required steps. And it's as easy, but people just don't know. So, and as I said, it's just assumption that everyone knows how to do marketing.
Yeah, and I guess on top of that, Marketing is mostly technology driven right now, right? So like now no marketing happens without technology, like be it through like an email blast or like ads or maybe like promoting on social media channels. And even this webinar, where this podcast, we're doing it through technology. Unless we're able to like manage the technology tools really well, like our marketing won't actually have like the impact that we want. And I think each channel has also become so complicated that like penetrating each channel has become a science of its own. So even one marketing person sometimes is not enough. You need like multiple specialized in each channel. So yeah.
And also, Farad, it's we personally not doing only marketing. We position ourselves as doing a member experience. And
Right.
if you look at any association, 95% of member experience is delivered online. Even if you run
Right.
annual conference, even if you run face-to-face workshops, 90% of the service that you provide, 90% of interaction that your member goes throughout their lifetime with your associations would be online. So think about the face-to-face conference, right? You think that you deliver face-to-face event, but you promote digitally. The registration process is digitally. All the pre-event communication is digitally. All the post-event engagement goes digitally. So there is all the infrastructure, digital infrastructure, in order to drive people to this face-to-face event, right? So, and even during the event, we have the QR codes and we have program of the event on our mobile app to guide people where to go. So, digital is everywhere. So yes, definitely. So, it, and what you consider marketing, for example, developing your website or developing your mobile app or with developing your learning management system, it can be seen as the professional development team job, learning management system, but it has to involve marketing element in terms of how it looks like, what language you use, how automations are set up for the engagement, and all these type of things.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. Alrighty. So Olena, then like I think how do we structure the marketing team in an association? Number one, like how like do we need a separate membership marketing? Do we need different people for different campaigns? That's number one, depending on the size of the association. And like how would you focus the marketing initiatives like towards making a positive impact?
Look, I would like to take a little bit of step back, and
Yeah.
before we structure the team, it's what role of the marketing in association,
Mm.
and what we see a lot, and what we are trying to assist association with, and trying to fix, and this type of what's broken in association marketing. Often, there is no person that would oversee the general communication strategy or the general member experience in an association. So we have membership team, we have events team, we have professional development team, we have advocacy team, and they're all doing something on their own. But a member doesn't see this, that there are different teams. They interact with the association as one whole. So for them, it's one united member experience. And also member experience is challenged by the way that it's not only association team that deliver member experience, but it's all the volunteers and it also community by itself. It's all the speakers who speak at your conference. They all deliver member experience that you've been judged on. If you are organizing a conference and you invited not very good speakers, or catering company is not very good, they will say that association didn't run a good conference, right? Because of the providers. So it's a very challenging infrastructure of different touch points, how you deliver your service. So I believe that there needs to be a person who oversee this whole process and connect the dots. And this is what I will be talking and speaking a lot about during our podcast today, is the importance of looking at your member experience as a whole rather than transactional interactions, which most associations focus on.
So the whole member journey overall, right?
The whole member journey and member experience, whatever you want to call it, yes.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. So Lena, so let's dive in. Like what is your advice for associates in general? How to design that experience?
So look, we always, with our clients, with my speaking opportunities, I always start with how transactional marketing differs from membership marketing.
Mm.
Transactional marketing is one off. You buy or you sell and you go. So the whole marketing KPIs and the whole marketing ROIs on these transactions. So, for example, I buy bread in shop or I buy a car. Our interaction ends there. And sometimes, for example, when you have a car, it can be a little bit more complex relationships when you go to the service later and you kind of want to maintain these relationships. But membership marketing, when the member joins, this is where the marketing job begins. So, when transaction happens, this is where the real marketing machines turns on, and you have to keep them engaged, and you have to invite them for participation and involvement as volunteers for them to build this loyal relationship with your association. So there are, a lot of layers to this marketing, and I always encourage association to look at in marketing from the member journey point of view. And the member journey doesn't start from onboarding. Sometimes you have years of relationships with the member before they decide to join. They may come to your conferences, they may read about you, they may join in their past life, they may join you as a student for free, then may drift away and didn't see the value, and then in their mid-career, they may come back and become a member. So the member journey doesn't start at the point of onboarding. And this is what important element of membership marketing is that you look the whole member journey and you see how people find out about us, how do we promote, how people try us out, how do we build relationships with people, and then how do we convert these people into the membership, then how do we onboard them and make them welcome in our community, very critical element of the journey, and then how we keep them engaged throughout their journey and their years of membership with us, and then how we invite them to be involved and how we use this membership power in order to come back to this awareness stage where people find out about us, right? So our volunteers, our speakers, our we association have these strengths and incredible power that not many organizations have of using their members as their promotional channel. And so by the association marketer job is to look holistically at this journey, not just at the different parts. Let's promote the conference. Let's put permanent seats in this professional development. Let's run the membership acquisition campaign. Right. This is how we kind of do. But we encourage to look at the marketing into this holistic way of member journey and how you every marketing and every content piece that you produce move your members from one stage to another.
Got it. So, Olena, so if you want to kind of like boil it down to say a number of key campaigns that an association must run, and those campaigns has to be run really well, what would those be?
So we, in our approach to membership marketing, we have our membership marketing circle, and we developed this framework, and we work because we know it works. We've been working with this framework for more than a decade, and you always start with understanding your members, understanding your data, making sure that you track main KPI, main metrics, and you track your engagement, and you understand where on this journey the leaking bucket is. And I will go into this a little bit deeper. So building your member journey and your member persona and member journey is the way of understanding your members. So no matter how we engage with the association, we always start with member journey mapping workshop because we need to understand this path and this member experience that their members take in order to go through these stages. So, and this member journey mapping help you understand where to focus your effort, right? Then from understanding, you go into nurturing. Nurturing is nurturing it's retention, your member retention. You cannot fill the leaking bucket unless your membership is for, let's say, pregnant women who naturally give birth and move further. There's always will be attrition. It's natural,
Yeah.
it's inevitable. But if your attrition rate is higher than the general, when you're in trouble, when you have a leaking bucket. We always recommend and we always fix the leaking bucket. because there is absolutely no point to bring new people in unless you fix the leaking bucket. Because what happens, people come in, they have bad experience, they leave, and then they go and they spread the word. There is no point. It was a waste of time. And it's not even about, I always a big advocate for ROT. There's ROI, return on investment. I'm a bit advocate for ROT, return on my time. It was
Ah,
a time wasted for me to join. It was a time wasted for me to go and attend this webinar. It was a time wasted for me just in getting nothing. Time is the most valuable resource that we have. And so they go and say, this is just the time wasters. There is no value there, right? So, and it's very hard to get them back. Then you change the program and you change the member engagement initiatives and all this type of things, and you try to invite them back. But people don't have time anymore to dive deeper to read your marketing that you changed something. They already had the bad experience, right? So if you have a leaking bucket, if your retention numbers are low, stop everything, all acquisition campaigns, everything. Just focus on your leaking bucket, right? And so once your bucket is like, so if you during your member journey, you realize that your bucket is leaking, this is where you need to put all your marketing efforts, right? If your retention is good, then you can look into the third element of the circle is grow. So, and this is where your member acquisition campaigns, right? So this is how you grow your membership. And here we see two problems in this. So if your growth is not going well, there are two reasons for that. The first one is not you're not building your pipeline. You're not
hmm,
bringing your new people in, and you don't have enough non-members in your community who you can convert.
yeah,
And it's as simple as that. If your retention rate is, and I actually have a little bit of the numbers in front of me. So if let's say you are a association of 6,000 people, and your retention rate is 85, which is a decent retention rate. It's a
hmm.
good. It's not perfect,
It's a
but it's
good
a good
one.
retention rate. It's
Yeah,
a it's a benchmark globally, right? So if you have 600 people and you have 85% retention rate, it will mean that you're losing 900 members annually, right? So
that's a
for
lot
you,
of members.
it's a lot of members. So just put this into perspective. In order for you to reach this 7-10% growth, not to stay on you have to recruit 1,500, 2,000 new members to compensate that lost,
Hmm.
right? And
Yeah,
then there goes the digital marketing conversion rates. In order for you to recruit 2,000 members, you have to speak to at least 10,000
10,000.
non-members.
Yeah, yeah.
So and this is just the reality. So if you have 600 members in your membership and you have 85% retention rate, you have to speak to 10,000 non-members annually to get the 7%, 17% retention growth rate in your membership.
Yeah.
It's the math, it's the science, it's the numbers that you cannot beat. So if your membership is not growing, we see a lot members not building their pipeline. They don't have these 10,000 people they talk with. Another thing, sometimes they have these people in their database. So they would say, we have 14,000 in our email list, but they don't run the campaign in order to convert. They don't
Yeah.
invite, they don't build relationship, and they don't do the non-member engagement in order to show what's behind the paintball. So the member value is not communicated and member value is not shown, so people just don't know. They just don't know. And the I don't know problem, we see this a lot for members and non-members, because if members don't know about your benefits, they don't use them. At the end of the year, you hear we didn't see the value.
Mm.
If
Yeah.
non-members don't see your benefits, they don't see the value to join. So this is where you kind of promoting your benefits is very important part. So that's kind of the three main parts of the circle. So it's understand where your leaking bucket is. It's nurture, fix your retention before you do anything else, and fix your leaking bucket. And then it's growth, which is acquisition campaigns, which for there are two parts. There are two more parts of the circles that we can cover later in the podcast.
Let's talk now.
All right.
Yeah.
So the fourth segment of the circle is optimize. It's how you can use all the tools available currently to digital marketers to optimize all this effort. Because as I mentioned at the beginning, marketing is long term. It's not just the campaign. You have to look. It's complicated. Multiple this with small association teams and not huge association budgets, and you're in trouble. So how do I do this all? Oh my god, I have to do the retention, I have to do the recruitment, and I'm the only one, and how do I do all this? So, and we are fortunate enough to live in 2026 and have all the digital tools available. So it's how you optimize your tech stack in order to help you, how you repurpose your content, not to create the new content all the time, but to actually repurpose what you have in order for different stage of member journey. And again, we have a very good framework to use how to use the content at different, how you turn the same content and use it at different stage of member journey. So it's optimized, it's looking, and unfortunately we have this expectation that technology would just pay the subscription and it will help itself. And this is not the case,
Yeah.
right? Because you have to learn, you have to teach your team, your team has to be capable to do this. And plus, you need to spend some time to actually make it work for you. And I always compare this with a car. If I buy the car, no matter, I buy Ferrari, right? The best. And so let's say I buy the most expensive CRM system for AMS system. But I don't put the fuel in. I don't, first and foremost, I don't learn how to drive. I don't have the driving license. I don't put the fuel in. I don't go to the service every 3 months or every 6 months to, change the oil, change the tires. No matter how good the car is, it's not going to serve me well, right? I will just smash it because I don't know how to drive, and then it will just fail because it's not used to its full potential. So, or if I take Ferrari and take it and drive to the sand dunes, it's not going to work either. It doesn't mean that Ferrari is a bad car; it's just not used for the purpose, right? Or if I take a huge, a big four-wheel drive and go to the bicycle track, there is
Right.
different software pieces for different purposes. So, investing time and investing training and knowledge into learning how to use technology, it's a must for association marketers, because you need to sharpen your tool in order to chop the wood, right? So and then the fifth element of our circle is thrive, and this is for the advanced association, and this is when you start looking into DEI initiatives, and this is where you start looking into the thriving communities and making sure that you are serve underrepresented groups, and that you make sure that your community is vibrant. And this is when you start building online communities, and this is when you start building. But before you go to this part, you have to fix all the basics. It's
Right.
the Thrive community in the car. It's like this part when you fine tuning your car, right? And you
Right.
add like good acoustic system, and you put all the bells and whistles, and this is what makes your car to look sexy, right? So it's very important part. Like if you want a great community, it's absolutely essential part. But at the same time, if your car doesn't have an oil, it's not gonna help.
Right, right, right. So I think like Olena, we talked about the role of technology here, right? And just to like give you a very quick background on like what we do, so we can like bring it in the picture. So our platform, Member Lounge, is like a LinkedIn like community for associations, and our focus in our platform is that like anytime you have any content, like your event, your resource materials, or your discussion, anytime you post something on our platform, it will amplify it and like blast it out to all the members in an organic way, right? So what we have focused on is that like, okay, so I'll let the association focus on your content. So you focus on your content, whatever you're doing, post on our platform. We will take care of the marketing automation on your behalf, right? So what are your thoughts on that approach? That if we design tools that are semi-automated, and then they just like and associations can focus on the content most of the time.
Right, so you're trying to tell me, and let's be very honest here, right? That
Yeah.
I just pay subscription for Member Lounge, and I don't need to do anything to make it work.
No, that's not the case. That's not the case.
It's not the
So
case. And this is
yeah,
exactly what I'm saying. You
yeah,
have to invest time to put branding on it. You have to invest time to think through the automations. You have to, and this is the exactly this optimized segment of my of our framework is that no matter what technology you use, and even with the best technology, you have to invest time and a bit of thinking and strategy of how you use it strategically, because there are two faults for this. First one is that we buy technology and then we don't use because we don't know how,
yeah.
and and we complain that it's not user friendly and this and that. It's just like, have you read the manual?
Have
And
you
then
read the
there is
manual?
sales.
Right. Someone, I have to share this story. So sorry to interrupt you. Have you read the manual? So I hope the person I'm talking about is not here today. But like one of our clients, like there was a change in the executive director, right? So there's a new ED who just like came in, and then the previous team did like due diligence to kind of like put our platform member launch in the picture, and like so the new ED comes in, and then like they think that like our system is crap, like it's overly complicated. They don't know anything. They can't use it, and then they booked a meeting with me to actually have a chat, right? So we're going to have a chat, and my question is, have you read the manual, right? So
Yes. So,
yeah.
and this is, yes, have you read this? So, it's important when and this is what I'm also trying. We work with a lot of providers on the market. We are
Mm,
technology agnostic. We don't provide technology, and we work with a lot of technology providers in the market. And the philosophy that I'm trying to bring on the market, the technology is not going to drive by yourself.
yeah.
You have to learn how to drive. You have to get this driving license, right? And you have to serve it. You have everything, like you buy coffee machine and you have to service it every half a year or so. Like no matter what you buy. I'm sorry, but you buy the engagement ring, and I didn't know that. But you have to go every year to make sure that these clothes are adjusted, because otherwise you lose the warranty. And I'm like, oh my god, this is just a ring, and I still have to service it. What to take about the digital technology that's upgrades all the time, and you have all these new things coming every few months. So very, very important. And then the second part is how you also use it smartly, because at times technology set up to the maximum, to
Mm,
the maximum use, and sometimes you need to tune it down in order not to overwhelm your members. You need
right.
to be very careful, because for members it's so easy to unsubscribe. And I joined the community. I love the community, love the team to death. But sometimes I open my email and I have 30 emails in my inbox saying that they've set up the events. Because what the team does, they have like their once a month when they set up the events for the next year, or I mean for the next month. And I receive notification about all this. So I go and I love them to death and I stay with them. But I'm sure that there are people who would be like, oh my God, this is overwhelming.
Too much.
Another problem, we work with another association now, and they have their community, and every time when they post something, and they post the content pieces and the future events, and recording is not now available, I receive a notification. So they believe, when I came in the consulting, they said, we don't send, we're very careful with what we're sending. So we only send the monthly newsletter, and we only promote our events. So it's no more than 1-2 emails per week. We're very, very diligent with that. But then as a consultant, I went in and I signed in for everything. And I'm receiving 4 or 5 emails every day. And I
Mm,
said to them, I said, sending the screenshot, and I'm saying, this is what's happening. as that you're not manually sending the email, but as a consumer, I see it as emails coming from you. And the problem with that, these automatic emails sometimes they have this subject line of the name of association, the name of community, and then the long dash, and only then what it is. So
Right.
I wake up in the morning and I have four emails in my inbox with the name of the association, name of the community, long dash, and you know what? I
And the
can't see
subject
anything
is,
else.
you can see,
I
yeah,
can't see
exactly.
anything else. So on mobile phone, that's all I can see. So I don't even know what it is. I delete it straight away because I know that there is four emails from that association and I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
So we need to be very careful with the this engagement, software that we're using it smartly, and again we fine tune and toggle in and toggle on, and ideally give members the opportunity to turn on and turn off the communication that they want to receive.
So I think like that reminds me, Olena, that um, so our platform Member Lounge, we use it for our own community. We use it for everything. So whatever email a member would get, I get a similar email because I'm part of our own community, right? So I think like as a result, what happens is that like I get to like do a lot of like quality assurance and checks on my own, and I send bug reports to our team that hey, this is bad, change it, right? So I'm able to like, do that. So I think another thing that will be important is that like if a customer, like member experience person or someone from the association staff has an account similar to a member, so they get to experience all the communication that a member would experience, right, from the member's point of view. I think that would help, right, to get the member experience.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about the member experience. It's very important to walk in member shoes. And we worked with one of the largest associations in Australia recently.
Mm.
And we were in the process, their teams are very scattered and they don't have this person who would oversee all communications or all the whole member experience. And so I asked them, how many emails do you think you sent? And they don't even know because their events team sent emails separately from their professional development. And then they have these special interest groups. And each of these special interest groups, they have their admin person who's sending their emails. So I said, let's just try check every special interest groups
Mm.
and how many emails. And some of them were receiving 3, 5 emails a day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot of emails, and this is because there is no person who would oversee this whole process and making sure. And then on top of that, add all the automation that they will be receiving
Mm.
about member renewals or any if they are part of any online forums or if they sign up for any learning management course and there would be some notification there about don't forget to finalize your course or something like this, right? So there is a lot of happening because we work in such a ununified way and in scattered kind of services. This may happen, and we need to be very careful, and we need to be very, I call it respectful to our members' time. We don't want to
Got it.
spam them because it's their time, and as I mentioned before, there is nothing more valuable than our time.
Absolutely, yeah. Olena, so I want to kind of like dig deeper into two of the campaigns, right? So you mentioned growing your community, so growing the association like membership is important. That is like an attract campaign, and then engaging the current members, which retention. This is more like a nurture campaign, not like nurture retention, right? So let's start with the attract, right? So like what have you found to be some effective ways to like attract more members?
Just for the sake of this podcast, I'm happy to start with the track, but I never start with the track, right? So we
Okay,
discussed
yeah,
this. I
sure,
always start
yeah,
with nurture, but let's
yeah.
start with the track. So, as I mentioned, every single association is very different, and
Mm.
I had clients who have relationship with, for example, if it's an organizational membership, they have relationship with every single member in their industry in one way or another. And then you go to the extreme as, for example, association for marketers or accountants, and there would be thousands and thousands of them, and you don't even know how many, right?
Mm.
So the approach obviously would be very, very different. And one of the examples that I had, very interesting one, we worked with the Association of Banana Growers in Australia. And, their way to approach, look, farmers, they're not sitting at their laptops. There is no way good luck with reaching them on their emails. So they actually have a person who drive around. They have different areas, and they actually drive around the area. And if there is a new farm, they actually go and say hi,
Yeah.
and and fill in the form, and they go. They do the check for, like, there's some insect disease that they need to they help to prevent. It's their part of their government type of funding. And so as part of this program, they go and say personal hello to these members, and this is their how they get into their pipeline and start building their relationships. So, and obviously, as I mentioned, if you work with the Association of Marketers, it would be very different. And working with I worked with the Australian Marketing Institute, and it was one of the hardest work, because you can imagine the marketers are, they're so picky,
They're
and you
tuned out.
basically
Yeah.
yeah, no, they're not tuned out, but they're professionals. So
Yeah.
before you think any send any campaign, you're like, oh my god, is it going to be judged by other marketers,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
you always feel the pressure. Um, so but marketers are so busy. Like, I mean, in terms of the environment for the marketers is so noisy. There are every single influencer on Instagram teaching you how to do marketing. Every single company doing the digital marketing courses. Like, it's noisy area, so you need to be extremely smart, and you need to be very marketing savvy in order to survive in that market. So very much depends on how noisy your area is, but
Yeah.
in general, it's just looking into building your pipeline. So apart from tracking how many members you have, you always need to track as how many non-members, how much you're growing. Your non-membership audience growth needs to be tracked, and it's as important
Yeah.
as your membership growth, because unless you're building the pipeline, you won't have people to convert, right? um, so building the pipeline, and then again, for every single industry, for every single association, these conversion initiatives would be very different. So with the attraction attract segment, or like acquisition marketing, you have to look into this, building the pipeline and then converting this pipeline. And
Right.
then the easiest thing to start with is your website optimization.
Mm.
Go and look at
Yeah.
at your membership page. Your membership page is the page where your members make a decision about joining the membership.
Mm.
This is the second most important page on the website after your homepage, and it needs to be sleek. It needs to be according to all the conversion tactics and rules that you have, currently on the market. And if you go to the wild of the internet and you pick 20 association, and you will see how many membership pages are optimized.
Yeah.
It's very sad. It's very sad picture, because in most of the cases it would be just form where you straight away needs to give your contact details without explanation, and there will be a list of benefits speaking with the language of, as association, we provide, we do. It's not about you receive, we solve these your
It's
problems,
about the
we
member.
know you well. Yeah, it's about, like, we provide networking opportunities, and I can guarantee you for it that no one in the middle wakes up at 2 a.m. in the night talking about, I wish I could do more networking opportunities, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's never like that.
we right, so it's never like that. So we worked recently with an association, and we analyzed their member survey, and they were asking what keep you up at night, what are your problems, what challenges you experience, and what challenges you believe will be in the market in 5 years. And we did the word cloud of these challenges and the
Mm.
needs, and and what keep people awake at night. And then we looked at the website, and we tried to find these keywords on the website. and we couldn't because we sell benefits. We sell events, we sell conferences, we sell program development. We don't sell how these benefits can solve people's problem. So if I could give you three pieces of advice in the acquisition marketing, watch your pipeline, make sure it's growing, speak your member language, not from association we do, but what you can solve, and also build relationships with your non-members in order to convert them to the membership. That would be my kind of three most important, parts to focus on.
So it's like if you want to like get more tactical about this, right? So like going deeper, like how to grow the pipeline. I think like a lot of people will actually have that question, right? Right. So yeah. So are there one or two ideas? Yeah. Exactly. What has worked? Yeah, a very actionable tip. Yeah.
Because we're also trying to optimize. Remember, we're also trying to do marketing not to add more work for us.
Mm.
So look at your last 6 months and look at your content that you created. The webinars, the white papers, the any thought leadership pieces, any great keynotes at your conference, any content that you create, right? And see what was extremely popular and got amazing feedback from your current members. Because this means that this type of content resonates with your membership and with your target
Yes.
audience, right? Take this existing content, you don't need to create anything new, and turn it into something for the awareness stage. Speak member language. So,
So
for
our free
example,
download, right? So it'll be like a free download.
yes, it's a free. So turn your very popular webinar into the evergreen webinar where people can
Mm.
go and watch it for free with given their email details. If you produce in the industry report, industry insights, create a one page of infographic of two or three main findings. If you want to read more, download the report or become a member because it's available only for membership. Even things like your member code of conduct can be turned into your marketing
Yes.
asset.
Yes.
Like even this boring constitutional dull text can be turned into the marketing and spoken to the member needs. What's really critical at this stage? At the stage when people don't know about you, and when they're still at the awareness stage, they've never heard the name of your association. It's important to speak their language. No one goes to Google and or AI and search the name of the association. They don't know it, right? What they search is, where people in my industry hang out so I can grow the business, or, how to upskill in this area. This is what people search. So let's take marketing again. Let's say I'm a marketer and AI is buzzing everywhere. So now I'm like, oh my God, like I can't miss it anymore. So I go to the Google and I search, courses on how can I AI optimize my website.
Mm.
Not necessarily courses, but how can I AI optimize my website, right? And this is the language that you need to use in order to bring people to your website. So whether it's you providing the course or whether you're providing a blog article or whether you're providing the white paper, make sure that you are speaking that language that people put in it. So the keywords, it's very essential at this
Mm.
stage of the awareness. Then later, when they already find out about your association and they decided to stay connected with you, then you can start building your promoting the member benefits and member value and what you do and your community and advocacy and these all the things. But at the stage of awareness, even with advocacy, let's take example of advocacy, right? Advocacy, it's a great lead generation tool because with advocacy you go into the media, you go, it's your PR tool. But what a lot of associations do, they promote advocacy. It's we do advocacy. It says nothing, right? We advocate for our members to reduce taxes. Oh, that's already interesting, right? Or
Yeah, this is
we
better.
advocate,
Yeah,
right? So it's a very different. So it's exactly what our problem you're solving, right? Or we are advocating for, like, you need to include the need of a member into
yeah,
your into your campaign, right? We work together, or even better, become a member to shape the next policy. Become a member so your voice is being
it's
heard.
hard.
So
Yeah,
you are part of this community. So it's not just we advocating for you somewhere there. You're going to do this without me anyway, whether I pay my membership fee or not. But I want to be part of the conversation. I want to be involved. I want to contribute, right? And for this, I need to become a member. So just changing the language of this acquisition campaign. So look at your existing content that you provide already and see what gems you have there that you can turn into your into your acquisition campaigns. How can you turn and how can you kind of build this, again, pipeline for people to know about your initiatives? And I was working recently with the client, and it was amazing. So they have a very strong advocacy team doing amazing advocacy campaigns. And I asked them, do you promote it? Like, do you, for example, after every advocacy campaign, do you promote some kind of story of how it impacts particular member in your community, or how it impacts the industry? Turn it into, from the dull and complex political language, turn it into the marketing asset, right? Turn it into the case study, turn it into a story, right? And they said to me, Olena, we are so busy doing the work that we don't have time to do the marketing. And I'm like, but if no one knows how busy you are, why are you busy for?
yeah,
There is no point. There is no point to be busy just in sake to be busy, unless people around you know what you're doing. So, are you promoting this to the non-members? Are you promoting this to non-members? It's very, very important for in our busy world that people to know that you are so busy of doing something that benefit them, because you can stay busy, but no one has idea. And what's the point?
exactly. And just to add to that very quickly, so we did exactly that with one of our like clients earlier, and what we found is that we were rebuilding their website, and then we tried to like attract more members, right? How do we grow the pipeline exactly? And we with Google Analytics we found out that they had like one page on their website. It was a writers association, and that page was how to get published. So writers want to get published, and they actually had a page how to get published. That was the top performing page on their website, and they had great ideas and everything, right? We were like, oh, you know what? That is a lead magnet. That is a lead magnet there. Then we turned that into a lead magnet, and then that showed up as a lead magnet right on the homepage. And believe it or not, their organic sign up on the website went up by 5 times. 5 times. That's an insane number. We were never able to replicate that with any other client, but like with them, it was 5 times higher than before. That was insane. So what you're saying works. We have experienced it.
It works, and look, it works for every market in the world. So why wouldn't it work for associations? We are operating in the same environment, so it definitely works. So and again, what I said, I saw one of the questions from the audience was how how we don't do more, and how not to burn out. And this is exactly how you repurpose. You already have amazing amount of um, ideas, and some of the content is not even created by you. Some of the content is created by your members, your speakers at the webinars, at the conferences. Just use their content and republish, repackage, and with their content and with in mentioning their name, it also will be the community building and community engagement, right? You will use it as a lead generation for your marketing. So just think, you know, uh, approach smartly how you reuse your content at different stages of your marketing. So yeah, that would be our acquisition campaigns.
There you go. So let's briefly touch on the next one, the nurture campaign, right? What would you say is one of the best retention or maybe engagement campaigns?
So best engagement campaigns is again understanding where like where and why the bucket is leaking, right?
Mm.
So, and you will be really surprised. All people know the retention rate, but when you ask them, what percentage of your members are actually engaged?
Yeah.
No one knows.
No one
No one
knows.
tracked this
Yeah.
number. No one knows. So it's absolutely critical to identify those members who don't engage and reach out to them and make sure that you reaching out to them at the right career of their career journey, the right career of their member journey, with the right message to try to re-engage. And it can be something as simple, here's the $50 voucher for your next course, or it can be something as simple as a phone call, but just try to get them back to the community. And
So
I always,
yeah. So I guess the idea what you're saying is that if we know, and actually we actually track this engagement number very closely on our platform, so our clients know exactly how many members are active and who they are and whatnot. So we have the tracking, and what we have found working with one of our clients is that the campaigns. So typically we would create an email blast and send it to everyone, right? And then we think, oh, our marketing is done, but it actually doesn't work that way, right? Because certain members are at different stages of their career or even different stages of engagement. So if a member is completely tuned out, then they're not even reading emails. So sending more emails to them may not
100%.
even work. So some of those people may need a phone call. So in that case, make a quick phone call and then understand why they are not engaged, what's happening, and then maybe call 2 3 people who are disengaged, and then find out if there's a pattern, right? And once you find a pattern, then you can actually have a campaign for the disengaged members. But then even then, that campaign cannot be sent to everyone. That little campaign, whatever you do, has to be targeted towards them only, right?
Yes, definitely. And look, there is ways. So when we set up marketing automation for disengaged members, like the first part is actually understanding who disengaged members are, because
Mm.
I always compare membership with the gym membership, right?
Yeah.
You go and you sign up to the gym, and you can sign up to the best gym in the world, and you can hire the best personal trainer in the world. But unless you pick up your ball from the couch and actually go and train, you're not going to become fitter, right? Unfortunately, this is the life. Same with membership. You can sign up to an association, you can pay a membership fee, but unless you show up and connect with people and volunteer, or do your learning and do professional development, you're not going to see the benefits. So it's our job as association marketers to make sure that our members go to the gym, right? So our members come back to us and using these member benefits. Because if they don't, what will happen? You call them at the end of the year, and they see we didn't see value in a membership. And
Mm.
sometimes it's as simple as they didn't know, they didn't receive the members, or they were not, contacted. So yes, re-engaging. If we talk about one campaign to engage your members, it's re-engaging your disengaged members. This is the campaign that will bring you the results, because this will bring the people who would say at the end of the year there is no value in the membership back to action, so they actually act, connect to people, use the benefits, use the learning, and they actually see the benefit.
And also, another thing that we find is that when an association will create their programming, their content, their events or material, right? So the programming has to speak to their broader audience, who are at different stages of the career. They have different needs given where they are right now, right? And if the topics, if there isn't enough variation in the topic, then you cannot speak to that broad audience that you already have. Many associations will actually be very biased towards one area, that, oh, this is our programs are all on this and we will just talk about this and we are not going to touch anything else. That's probably not the right way. So if you have even if 10% of your members have a need, I think there's value in creating something for those 10% of your members.
Yes, definitely. Look, I'm a big advocate for personalization, and we
Mm.
can run another our podcast on personalization
Yeah.
only. So
Yeah.
definitely, one blank approach doesn't work for everyone, especially if you have a very diverse audience.
Okay. So Lena, so let's jump into the audience questions at this point. So I see a few here. So Daniel Bright was asking, I feel like my social media posts occur in a silo. How do I branch out?
So again, we have, and please reach out and I can share. We have all these infographics and frameworks available on our website for download. So we have for association, we have 7 pillars that association have to cover. The first one is your thought leadership, right?
Hmm.
So this is um, where you where you lead the market with your ideas and with your, it's your industry reports, it's your anything that you provide. Another one is promote, and this is where all association excel. It's promote your events. It's with promotion, and this is what
Yeah.
most of association post all the time. Then the next one is grow. So, and this is the posts that help you to engage to grow your community and expand your community. And this would be the posts about um, solving the needs. Remember, we were talking
Mm.
about, speaking not about what you do, but what problems you solve. This will
Yeah.
drive how to publish, right? It's this type of, and then how they can actually stay connected with you. So they need to go and be able to sign up to your newsletter. It's mind boggling how many stations don't even have subscribed to the newsletter button on their website, right? So, to make sure that this grow content builds your pipeline. Then another content piece, it's conversion. So you already have the followers in your
Mm.
social media of your non-members. How do you communicate the member benefits to your non-members? And this is as easy, guys, as setting up 12 if you want to post monthly, or 24 if you want to post fortnightly, posts about your member benefits. You can schedule it tomorrow, set and forget for the rest of the year, right? Because you have your member benefits. Just promote them. How many times do we forget to promote the insurance? This is
Mm.
just the posts that just need to be there, and it's so easy to do. My most favorite part and the most engaging part in social is tell a story.
Yeah.
Share your member stories, share your member testimonials, create these case studies. Again, it's as easy as setting up a form and sending to your new members during the onboarding process. Tell us a little bit about you, what you do, why you decided to join, and then sharing this story on social media, right? Or reaching out to engaged members and say, hey, we would like to do the feature member and how you use the benefit. If you've seen that the member, I don't know, finish the mentoring program and they found a job, share the story on social, right? So this tell a story piece, it's extremely important, and try to share at least 1 2 member stories a month on your social media. The next content piece, it would be engage. It's all the polls and questions that you ask, and then the spotlight when you spotlight your partners. And spotlight
Mm.
post will also be very good for your engagement, because what you do with your partnership when you partner, when you spotlight your sponsor and you tag them, they share it on their audience and you amplify their audience, because they see that their target audience, you serve their target audience. So they have other target audience that not you part of your association yet. So the spotlight, the creating this partner and sponsor post, they're actually very beneficial for growing your online following. So that would be my 7 kind of pillars that you have to just balance in your months to have this balance of social media posts.
That's a wonderful outline. Wonderful outline on what to do on social media. I think I'm going to steal a few of these from here. All right.
All the infographics on it's all visual, how you put it in
Yeah.
the calendar. So please reach out, and it's all there.
Would you be open to sharing this? Maybe if you have an infographic for the social media post, we can attach it to the show notes for
Yes,
the podcast.
yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely,
Okay.
and I can share the infographic of different content pieces on different member journey cycle and how you can repurpose. We have this all.
That'll be great. Yeah. Alrighty. So let's take the next question. So Stacy is asking, how can we cut through the noise and explain the value of our membership benefits when people are seeing ads and value everywhere?
Look, we've already covered this quite a lot during
Mm.
the. It's my main advice here, and I won't speak a lot here. It's use your member language. Don't
Mm.
go with the I I'm sorry to break it for you. No one cares what your association does. Like, I'm sorry, like, no one cares. If I would, if my whole podcast was about, I'm Olena Lima, we help associations, we help associations, we help associations, and we
No.
also do website development, and we also do the setting up marketing automation, and we also do this. How funny and exciting would be that podcast, right? No,
Yeah.
I'm telling you how to build your pipeline, how to build your member journey, how to use the techniques. This is exactly what we do. But I telling you this in a way how to solve your problem, how to solve your, leaking bucket, and how to solve your not growing pipeline. So just change this language from we run networking events to we connect you with the right people, and list the people who are in your community, because people don't know who they are in your community. Again, share member stories. Nothing talks better than the member story. It's not promotional, but it's promotional.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, like I think Olena, we cannot like talk about marketing nowadays like, without talking about AI and GEO. So, which is like generative engine optimization. So, what are your thoughts on the role of AI in marketing, and should we spend time on GEO at this point in time?
Look, it's finally returning from the robots into humans. Because I personally absolutely hated SEO. When you go into the SEO, and when
Yeah,
you write a beautiful blog article, and then you go and you have to stuff it up with the keywords, because this is
keywords.
what system does, right? So you have to chase the algorithm, and you have to. It's not about the knowledge, and it's not about the emotions that you want to share, but it's
Mm,
about the keywords and how the robot reads your website. And I thought this is so unfair. And seeing all these keywords, and you kind of look at the website that is doing all the right thing, but you can't look at it because it hurts your eyes, or because of all these keywords that you wouldn't normally. So finally, we came to the time in marketing when we can be humans and answer the questions, and and provide useful information and be read by AI, because this is what AI reads. You still need to use the keywords, and you still need to, again, speak your customer language, because people are not going to go to AI and ask what association. Sometimes they may ask what association would they join, but it will be very rare occasion,
yeah,
right? Um, in most cases, they will come with their question, how can I be published? As an example, right? They're not going to, what association do I need to join to get published, right? There, how can I be published? So make sure that your content is optimized for this, and just be human. We're finally at this stage, beautiful stage of marketing, when we can be human.
that's wonderful, wonderful. Already, Olena. So we are coming to the end of the episode for today. What would be your key takeaway for the audience?
Look at your holistic member experience. Start moving away from transactional marketing and think about membership marketing as the whole member journey. Think how you attract, how you generate awareness about your brand, how you build your pipeline, how you convert this pipeline in your members, how you onboard your members, engage with them, and make them involved. Just move your people through this journey, and always start with your leaking bucket. If your membership is if you have a high attrition rate, there is stop every single activity, and just fix your attrition rate, because it means that people either don't provide value, or people don't see the value, or you don't communicate the value. There is something wrong there that you need to fix.
Wonderful. So, Olena, how can people reach you if they have more questions or they want to work with you?
So first, really easy. I have a very unique name. So if you just Google my name on LinkedIn or on Google, I will pop up there everywhere. So please get connected on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn. I share all the infographics and thought leadership. Check out our membership marketing school. If you type in membershipmarketingschool.com, there are all the online courses that we offer, and you can sign up. They are very like incredibly affordable, and some of them are free of charge. So go and sign up and learn more.
That's wonderful. Olena, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
And thank you for having me.
Wonderful. Alrighty. So that was the episode with Olena. And if I say what would be my biggest takeaway for today from the episode, it would be a reminder that just selling benefits does not sell anything. You have to make sure that you're speaking the member's language and you're talking about the pain that a member has or a need that a member has. So you have to paint a clear picture that you are able to solve the member's pain and solve the member's needs with a solution or a benefit that you have at your association. When you're able to paint that clear picture, the connection from a need or a pain to a solution or a service that you have, that's when you have a win and you'll be able to attract a member. So try it out. I'm pretty sure this will work. We all have tried it, and then there are many other takeaways, but I think this will be my top takeaway for today. With that, we're going to wrap up for today. We hold many events every month, so there's at least one podcast and one webinar every month. You can find our webinars and podcasts on our website at memberlounge.app. Once again, that is memberlounge.app. And with that, we will wrap up for today, and we wish you all the best with your member journey. Bye for now.